And here it comes. The question is, I kind of need to time it with the slide, sorry. Ready? Yeah. Oh, it's mine, it's me, sorry. When the doctor tells you to eat right and exercise, do you do it? So what are you? Say it together now. And when you live in a long-term care home and you're non-compliant, what's the connotation? That you are bad. Are you ready for different, Schlegel? Do you realize every time we say non-compliant or call someone non-compliant, there's actually something we're giving away? It's a red flag. It's actually proving that there's a what they want to do. Make a choice. Did you realize when you call someone non-compliant, it actually means there's a choice they want to make, but we're not what? Letting them. And now, who's non-compliant? In fact, Canada, let's take a look at your own regs. By the way, kudos to you. You don't call them the F word in your whole country. Long-term care homes, what's the word we're avoiding? Round of applause for Canada. Round of applause for you guys. Did you know any resident living in your long-term care homes has the right to be treated with courtesy and respect in a way that fully recognizes their individuality and respects their dignity? Is making choice part of having dignity, everybody? So you're compliant or non-compliant with that regulation. Every resident has the right to exercise their rights as a citizen. How many of you exercised your rights as a citizen today to eat what you want and not eat what you don't want? Right? You will be better compliant with this reg as well as you honor choice. Every resident has the right to participate in decision making and to have that right respected. Look at that in your Canadian regs. Every resident has the right to participate fully in developing, implementing, reviewing, revising their plan of care. Look at this, Canada. Give or refuse consent and participate fully in any decision regarding any aspect of their care. Wow. Compliant or non-compliant? Every resident has the right to move towards independence and maximize their independence. Would you agree, getting to make my own choices has to do with my independence? A leader in our field, Dr. Judah Ranch, says, wouldn't safety actually include me getting to make my own choice? What do you think? So part of safety, how ironic is that, would be making my own choice. Are you going to feel safer when you get to call the shots? Every resident has the right to have lifestyle and choices respected. There's the word choice right there in your regs. Now, you didn't stop there, Canada. Retirement homes, way to go. You avoided the F word once again. So even in your Retirement Homes Act, residents have the same right to participate fully in decisions, participate fully in care planning, and give and refuse consent. They also have the right to be treated with courtesy, respect, fully recognizing individuality, again, having their dignity respected. Again, lifestyle and choices respected, freely pursue social, cultural, religious, spiritual, other interests, and have reasonable enjoyment of the home. Can I have a round of applause for Canada? I've never heard anyone say that. And what word is in the word enjoyment? And what is one of the 7 domains of well-being? Isn't that cool, Canada? Take advantage of these regulations that support what you're doing. A resident in your retirement homes can, get this, enforce the resident's Bill of Rights against the licensee of the home as though the resident and the licensee had actually entered into a contract. I've never seen that in any set of regulations ever. Nancy, you? That is amazing. Round of applause for Canada. Only in Canada. So, Schlegel, something you might consider is this happening in your villages? No longer are the needs of the institution going to come before the needs of the individual. You could think about, where are you on the scale? You're moving in the right direction, aren't you? And won't it be a beautiful day when you can say individuals come before the institution? Because in most institutions, who wins, the institution or the individual? The institution. You heard surplus safety a few minutes ago. This is a concept developed by Dr. Bill Thomas of the Eden Alternative and Dr. Judah Ranch of the Erickson School of Aging. When they were teaching one day together, it dawned on them, this is the problem. We have surplus safety. It's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it, Schlegel? What do we have too much of? Go ahead and say it. What do we have too much of? Safety. It feels funny to say it, doesn't it? But it might be true. Now, I'd like you to everyone do something with me. I don't know why, but it seems to work quite well. Can you do this with me? Everybody, even over Facebook. So, your hand represents safety. Your elbow represents choice. I want you to tip the scales and show me which one tends to get all the attention. Ready? Safety, right? Now, if safety does get all the attention, which one gets no attention? Choice. Can we do this? Should we do this, everybody? Should we do it anymore? Now, flip it, flip it, flip it. It's a little awkward. If we gave all choice and no safety, fine, eat what you want. We don't care if you die. If we give all the attention to choice, what's getting neglected? Can we do that? No, isn't that interesting? So your arm, your body's going to show the answer, everybody. Okay, 2 people are still doing it. Way to go. Your body tells you the answer. What's the answer? Isn't that cool? Use that. Talk about it. It can't be this. It can't be this. It has to be this, everyone. And let me give you a perfect example. When it's your turn, when the doctor says, I highly recommend pureed food, what are you going to say? No way. Do you have the right to say no way? Yes. Do they need to honor your choice? Yes. And what else do they have to try to do? Keep you safe. So this is a beautiful example. This is a hard one, isn't it, everybody? But I want you to think, if I say no way to the pureed, what would you naturally offer me next? It's actually true. Oatmeal was said. Let me just cut to the chase, everyone. We've called it mechanical soft. We've called it ground. I take issue with those words. Anybody else? That does not sound appetizing to me. How about you? What we really mean, everyone, I've learned from the smart people, is regular food finely chopped. How does that sound to you? Pretty good. Do you realize to bake a breast of chicken and chop it up actually takes less time than all the grinding and all the cleaning of the grinding, and then you got all the gravy to go over the grinding, right? It's a mess. It can be better. The other fun thing we can do is expand the list of options that are already naturally of pureed consistency. So, oatmeal's one of them. Ready? Schlegel, what else is naturally pureed? Applesauce, you can sauce any fruit, right? What else? Mashed potatoes, you can match other things, right? What else? Yogurt. Make sure your residents have tasted every kind of yogurt there is. What else? Puddings. Make sure they've flavored every pudding that exists. What else? Squash. What kind of soup? The thicker, the bisque soups, right? How about egg soufflés, Schlegel? How about hummus? How about guacamole? Do you see the idea? There are foods that we love that are actually pureed consistency. And one time I met a dietitian who said this. Ready? Here's the dietitian. You know what she said? Carmen, if I ever have to have pureed food, just give me cheesecake. Schlegel, I see it happening in your villages. There's a movement. You are moving away from what we've known as activity programming, and you're moving toward what we might call engagement with real life. Anyone want to keep moving in that direction? Yes or no? These pictures are already probably 20 years old. These are people living with dementia, sadly, in a whole locked assisted living. But look what they're doing. They're actually cutting the fruit for the snack for one another. That does not go on in most homes around the country, does it? You know why? Once you have dementia, you can't do anything. Forget your life as you knew it. And this home bucked that. They said, you know what? A lot of people, even with dementia, know how to cut a piece of watermelon and put it on a plate. Can I hear an amen? This is what we need, everybody. Now watch. This is kind of gross, but watch. You got to watch. If I do this, I'm not the one. That's it. And if I have a history of doing things with sharp items that I shouldn't do, I'm not the one. But other than that, you probably have a handful of people that know what to do just fine. What do you think, Schlegel? We got to get to real life. If you have residents that want to set the table, should they be setting the table? Say yes. If you have residents who want to clear the table, should they be clearing the table? Say yes. If they want to vacuum, come on. Now, not everybody wants to do these things, right? But everybody, there's one word. You and I probably don't want to vacuum, but what would drive someone to want to vacuum? What's the one word? Boredom. Someone said it. The other word would be purpose, right? If we're bored to tears, might vacuuming actually look good? It's hard to imagine, isn't it? The gentlemen are serving the fruit to one another, meaning, purpose, taking part in the community. The woman is tending to the flowers instead of the maintenance team. I married the cute maintenance guy 27 years ago. I would be wearing it, but I got a sore on my finger. And my husband did not get any joy out of tending to the flowers, I can tell you that. Who gets joy often from tending to the flowers, everybody? So think about that. What could residents be invited to do that staff otherwise do, that it could bring a lot of joy to the person living there? I've never seen a resident sweep the sidewalk, never, only in those pictures. And here we have a real sewing machine and a real iron. And when I was in college, I never knew I'd get so excited about seeing real things. How about you? Because we have a lot of fake things, too. Now, where are the team members, Schlegel? Where are the team members taking care of these people with sewing machines and irons? Who knows where they are? Taking the picture, which means they are where? Someone say nearby. We can make a lot of real life happen if we're simply nearby, can't we? Did you know residents are telling us, even those living with dementia, how many of you have heard it? Oh, honey, I don't do groups. How many are you going to say that? I don't do groups. Not anymore. How many of you get all your friends together and pass the bowl of cookie dough and take turns of stirring? Am I proving my point? Move away from weird and fake and move towards real, everybody. In North Dakota, they told the activity director, we don't want all those groups, honey. We just go to make you happy. Could some of your residents be doing that, Schlegel? Now, not only is it boring groups, I got to go out of obligation to make someone feel better. So when they asked, what do you want to do? They said, we just want to make lefse and go to all the high school games. Lefse is like a potato. Does anyone know what lefse is? Canada. It's like a potato tortilla from Scandinavia. So they just want to make their foods and go to the games. In other words, what do they want, Schlegel? Real life. I contend we have to start using the limited, precious moments that you have for spending time together. We got to move towards real life and away from contrived groups. Is anybody with me? In Colorado, there's a home that actually offers, ready, 2 outings every single day. Any of you doing that yet? Make it a goal. Someone said awesome, I dare you. Whoever said awesome. Come on. Everybody, my heart says, wow, I could maybe live in that nursing home. How about you, if there's outings twice a day? In fact, when you open up the bus to be used by all the neighborhoods, you get better use of the bus. That's what people tell us. If you're not doing daily community meetings, Schlegel, this is another practice you might consider. Barry and Debbie Barkin from California brought it to the culture change movement, and many homes have done a lot of wonderful things. The idea is team members and residents together every day, every morning, making decisions together about the community. In Denver, Colorado, in the heart of the city, where you hope your car is when you go back out to find it, they are doing daily community meetings, first in English and next in Spanish, and they truly make decisions together, including the budget. Can I hear a woohoo? They're deciding on products. They're tasting the juice. How much does this one cost? How much does this one cost? If it's your home, who should make the decisions about the juice? They're even bringing grievances. If a grievance was filled out yesterday, guess where it's talked about? The topic is talked about in the very next morning meeting. They are dealing with issues in what? Real time. Would you rather deal with issues in real time or a month later, everybody? They've taught us that monthly meetings are too far out. Too far out. Don't ever do a monthly meeting again, is what I've learned from them. They now do this in place of resident council. When the inspectors come, they ask for the minutes. They say, how many would you like? Because it's quite a few. But that's okay because it's daily. And one year they told the surveyors, we actually run this place, the residents. How would you like it if your residents said, we actually run this place? Did you know your survey, your inspection will go a lot faster when they tell inspectors things like that? I was one, trust me. So who makes the decisions in a home? How about your own, I'm sorry, I got to look at my notes. How about give it up for Aspen Lake? They have team member hiring by residents. That is amazing. So I would challenge you, who's deciding on the art and the decor that goes up? Who's deciding how to spend holidays? Who's deciding on the food? I won't say activities. I think we have better language. Who's deciding on what to do, engagement? And who's deciding who will work here? Look at this, everyone. In your Long-Term Care Homes Act, every resident has the right to raise concerns or recommend changes in policies and services. If you do something like community meetings, you will be in better compliance with these requirements. Residents also have the right to raise concerns or recommend changes in your Retirement Homes Act. Look at this, everyone. In your Long-Term Care Homes Act, I'm flipping back and forth on purpose, every resident has the right to form friendships and relationships and to participate in the what? Say it again. Did you know that is unique to Canada? Yeah, come on. And did you hear Pine Haven say they're doing friendship through fun? Pine Haven, where are you? Round of applause for Pine Haven. And where is Riverside Glen? They said, friends having a great time as friends. Round of applause for Riverview Glen. I've never seen regulations talk about friendship, Canada. Do you see how you can lean heavily on some of your good requirements? Start letting some institutional things go and move in the direction of life and friendships and relationships. In fact, you're famous for it. What are you putting first? Living. Do it again. What are you putting first? Living. Congratulations. Living belongs first, doesn't it? In fact, what's it called in Canada when you move out of your house? You move to independent what? Then you might need more assistance, and you move to what? Assisted. And then what do you need? Okay, ready? 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 This is pretty profound. Where did the living go? Shame on us, right? And Schlegel, you're taking the lead. Look at the language. What's it called? Person-centered. Right. Directed, person-directed, resident-directed. What's missing? You guys, we have to start talking more about life and living. And I agree with Jamie. I think it was Jamie or Paul said, shouldn't good care be a given? That's how we should think of it, everyone. Your care should be so good, you barely have to talk about it. That's my goal for you, Schlegel. It should be so smooth. Good care should be a given so that you could focus on what? Life and living, exactly. In fact, some of you know Sonya Barness, a friend of ours in the culture change movement. She's given me permission to share. Look at the photos, everyone. That is a perfect what? Depicted in pictures, that's a perfect what? Depicted in pictures, that's a perfect care plan. See the care, the care, the care, the care, the care, right? And what's missing? So look at what Sonya depicts in pictures. What if our care supported the life people want to live? I challenge you. And the Eden Alternative gives us a great language, everyone, and that is growth plan instead of care plan. And would growth include living? Of course, right? Other pictures of real life versus fake. I won't ask you to raise your hand, but how many of us are guilty of giving the fake towels to fold? Someone did raise their hand. God bless you. It's like confession, right? Good job. High five. So we give someone towels to fold. Oh, would you like to fold these towels? Yes. Oh, great. Thanks. Now we walk away, and who feels better, everybody? Say it out loud. Who feels better? We do. I'm just going to pose it. How many things do we do for us to feel better? And then they fold the towels, and we come back and we say, hey, thanks for folding the towels. I'll see you later. And what do we do? What do we do? We sort of hide, mess up the towels, bring them back. Hey, you got more towels. Would you like to fold them? Those of you that are laughing the hardest are the ones that have done it, right? I know. I was doing this in South Dakota many years ago, and a gentleman in the crowd said, hey, that just happened yesterday. You know what she said? She said, I just folded those damn towels. Her quote, not mine, proves the point. Would you agree? No more folding of fake towels. Can I hear an amen? Amen. No more folding of fake baby clothes. Can I hear an amen? We need real residents folding real linen napkins and real laundry in the laundry and folding whatever actually needs folded. Would you agree? What else is fake, everybody? Near beer is fake. It's not real beer. Mocktails are fake. Adults deserve cocktails. The baby dolls are fake. The robotic animals are fake. Silk plants are fake. We're creating fake villages and fake bus stops and fake post offices. And then you have dementia. Is that going to help anyone living with dementia? It's going to be more confusing. Have any of you felt the robotic cat? You can feel the mechanics in the inside. It doesn't feel like a real cat. And any nurses in the room? Nurses, raise your hand. Nurses. I'm looking for someone to do an infection control study on the robotic animals. Because think of what people do, and then they share it. Or the baby dolls. Have you ever seen a pretty gross-looking baby doll? I'm sorry. Think about it. What are we doing? Now, Everyone, I'm running out of time. The residents on the right are taking care of infant kittens who need fostered in order to go back to the center to be adopted. Someone tell me, how often does a baby kitten need to be fed? Woo! Every 2 hours. Guess who's getting up in the middle of the night to do it? Someone say, that's real life. They're telling us what they want. In Louisiana, this nursing home turned the courtyard into a dog park. Yeah, come on. Come on. They foster dogs. They currently have 15. The little doggie in the middle, her name is Lulu. She was born without a jaw. See her tongue hanging out? She looks like that all the time. And they love her to pieces. See the greyhounds in the picture? Did you know greyhounds are tall, they're gentle, and they're playful? So I think we need more doggy doors and dog parks. How about you? See the big doggy doors? Aren't they adorable? Okay. We belong together, Carter Catlett Williams says, a leader in our movement, not in ghettos of old age or single age culture. Woo! Did you hear that? Not in ghettos of old age or single age culture. What is lacking is real life. Real life is not found in programs, it's in the give and take of everyday life. Schlegel, get rid of all the programs. Okay, let me restate it. Schlegel, let's start with just the word. Much of what you have going on is better than a program. Did you know that? You don't have to call everything a program. So for instance, if you help people walk to the dining room, call it that. We walk to the dining room. It doesn't have to be the Walk to Dine program. Not everything has to be called a program. Start there, Schlegel. That is an institutional word. We need more kids. We need more babies. The baby is 2 weeks old in that photo, 2 weeks old. My friend passes her off to Eileen. The baby turned 3. She's with Helen in that photo. Helen is 103. And now Eden is 8 years old. This is about a month ago. You can see another Eileen. It happens to be the same name. She can barely help herself but to touch her. We go to the nursing home once a month so that residents can interact with kids and they can interact with elders. And we need more babies, everybody. Did you know that? So some of you, okay, everybody, someone always laughs. Someone could make some babies, yes. But other than that, we still need to find more babies, okay? And they always look at the young ones at the table, I know. Okay, shh, everyone. Do not look at the activity director and say, we need more babies. I want you to find some more babies. Yeah, first they'll take it wrong. Secondly, they don't know enough babies. We have to look at each one of us and say, what babies do you know? What babies do you know? What babies do you know? And talk to your cousins and your sisters and your neighbors and make a case for the babies coming to the nursing home so elders can hold the babies and babies can be held by elders. My daughter, Ellie, in the photo, was part of a youth camp. Maya, who has since passed away, said this after the end of a one-week camp with youth, everyone. The children brought my happiness back. My depression is gone. I stopped my medication today. The children brought her happiness back, and she stopped her medication. Would you agree we need more children? I want to quote a famous physician. Has anyone heard of Dr. Al Power? In one of his books, he says, what we're actually offering everyone is artificial. Can you have a real relationship with something that's not real? And he has a famous story in his book by Richard Taylor where residents tell Dr. Taylor that there's no kids that live here and no, the baby clothes aren't for a mission. We just fold them because they bring them to us. And then Dr. Taylor said, how can you do that? And one of them said, well, it's better than a stick in the eye. Would you agree we can do better than that, everyone? Kyrie Carpenter says, when people are starving, they will accept anything. Sonya Barness adds, when we know that people are starving and that they will accept anything, we need to be really mindful of what we're then offering them. Why is fake okay, everyone? I contend it could be because it's how we view aging. Could it be, even in our own aging services, we are ageist? Who ever thought to bring the fake stuff to the old people? You got to think about that. How did they get there to begin with? And we can do better. We can fight ageism, and we can fight fake. Did you know pets are welcome in your Long-Term Care Homes Act? That's not always been the case. And did you know going outside is required? You have to have access to protected outdoor areas in order to enjoy outdoor activity. That is not anywhere in the federal regs in the states, everybody. Make getting outside a priority. How about a round of applause for those duet bikes at St. Clair? Woo! We need more duet bikes, everyone. Did you know some residents in some homes have resorted to smoking so that they can go where? We can't let that happen, can we? Make getting outside a priority. Schlegel, culture change is still the answer. It is the answer for everything. Do you realize that? You will make money, you will save money, you will recruit people to want to work in these environments, you will retain people, you will engage and deal with boredom and loneliness and helplessness. And what I really want to tell you is don't settle. Don't settle, Schlegel, for something that may simply be better than a stick in the eye. And another thing I see in your future, you know how you say flexible living? Think about living. What should it be? What is it for you every day? Flexible. Do you realize? See the continuum? You're going to move away from flexible living, and it's going to be called what? Yes, living. So keep it up. Keep up the good work, Schlegel. Let's get to living.